Hi guys, my name is Nonema Digela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about the sabotage of justice in the Meyiwa trial, because what we are watching there is nothing short of that. Before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. Yes, the ads that are coming through are very important for you to watch on this channel because it helps the channel to grow financially and the numbers. Thank you so much. You are really much appreciated. Now, let's get into this. Justice is not dying quietly. It is being suffocated step by step, decision by decision, violation by violation. And what we are witnessing in the Senzo Meyiwa trial is not just irregular. It is unprecedented state interference dressed up as security. That's what we are dealing with there. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just bathed, ne? So I'm using Katichura on my face. Now it's still doing this minty tontons. Okay, sorry about that. What happens when a courtroom becomes a surveillance zone? What happens when the defense counsel becomes suspects? What happens when the judge receives information outside the record from the very police officers accused of wrongdoing? You don't get a trial. You get a controlled narrative. You get legal theater. You get a sabotage justice system collapsing in real time. That is what is happening on the Senzo Meyiwa trial daily, whenever it goes live. Streaming, while we are busy streaming it live, they are busy with acting. We are on the theater stages somewhere, whether in Western Cape, Cape Town. Okay, we're in Pretoria State Theater there. That's what we do. Yeah. Playhouse kind of vibes. That's what happens in that courtroom. Because what the hell, son? What the hell, son? There are basic pillars every justice system stands on: confidentiality between attorney and client, judicial independency, no off-record communication with the state, no intimidation of lawful defense strategy, no surveillance of defense teams. Nada. These unsuggestions, these are constitutional non-negotiables. Once these are violated, the entire trial becomes poisoned. And in this case, those pillars aren't just cracked, they are shattered. In this case, those pillars aren't just cracked, they are shattered. Let's be very clear. When defense counsel are watched, when their private meetings are monitored, when their phones are intercepted, you no longer have a trial, you have a state operation. In any constitutional democracy, this is the stuff that gets an entire prosecution thrown out. In any constitutional democracy, this triggers a mistrial, not a continuation. Yet here, it's happening in broad daylight. It is where it becomes sinister, when the defense lawyers are painted as criminals, when they are framed as suspects, when the state weaponized narrative to discredit them. That is not prosecution, that is propaganda. It is deliberate attempt to weaken the defense, intimidate legal representatives, shape public opinion, and control the trial's outcome. What I like about the Senzo Meyiwa case, most people have opened their eyes. They have opened their eyes. They are no longer just taking things on face value. They question a lot of things that happen in that courtroom. They question every bit of it because people are tired of being, you know what, ever since July 6, 6 July 2025, when Mkwanazi came out and said judiciary SEPs, yeah, there's some weird vibes happening there, some state capture, Tontoni, security problems that we are having as a country. We never stopped paying attention because some of the things that he was saying, sorry, he included NPA, judiciary, police, and we were like, that is the whole system that is supposed to be fighting criminals. What you mean that it's being hijacked, or it has been hijacked and it's being ruled by criminals? And then we have criminals inside those institutions. That was very scary, guys. That was very scary. That was very scary. And I think after that, people started saying, no, man, these are the things that we see in some instances. People started talking, started connecting the dots, and the rest is history, because now some of the things that Mkhwanazi referred to are happening right during our very own eyes, in our own face. They happen. And then, let alone when the commission started and the ad hoc started, then we heard a lot of scary things about our country that we didn't know existed, especially the legal arms. We were like, Haibo. Especially the legal security arms of it. We were so shocked, guys. We were so shocked. So what we see on the Senzo Meyiwa case is kind of declaring a lot of what Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi said. General Nhlanhla Sibusiso Mkhwanazi said, it's kind of declaring. In fact, it is. The Senzo Meyiwa case has declared a lot of what General Mkhwanazi said. General Nhlanhla Sibusiso Mkhwanazi said a lot. And right now, it's playing out on our faces like nobody's business. There's no running away from it. So that's what we are dealing with here. And one of the things that we've noticed, once the defense becomes the target, the accused lose their shield, the balance of power collapses, and it's happening on that Senzo Meyiwa case. And this is the red line that cannot be crossed. A judge cannot, under any circumstances, receive private information from police, not about security, not about witnesses, and definitely not about facts that affect the trial. Once that happens, the judge's impartiality is no longer real. It becomes theater. It becomes theater. Once that happens, the judge's impartiality is no longer real. It becomes very much of a stage, because what the hell is this? If the police can walk in and brief a judge, then the police are no longer just witnesses. They become co-authors of the judgment. This is the death of judicial independence. That is exactly what is happening. The collapse of the trial put all of this together: surveillance, monitoring, tapped phones, smearing of counsel, off-record briefings, legally unexplained security concerns, and a judge who repeatedly favors state witnesses. This is not a trial. This is an engineered outcome. The accused are not being judged by law. They are being judged by the very forces accused of assaulting and torturing them. Why is this why is this sabotage, not security? Let's focus on that right now. Security is simple: protect the courtroom, protect participants, maintain order. Security is not controlling defense movements, spying on legal consultations, intercepting communication, feeding information to the judge, influencing judicial decisions through back channel briefings. That is sabotage. That is manipulation. That is a state overreach on steroids. And right now, that is causing us to have a constitutional crisis. Section 35 of the Constitution guarantees a fair trial, legal representation of one's choice, confidential consultation, an impartial court, freedom from coercion, freedom from interference. All violated, all ignored. This is no longer about the Meyiwa case alone. This is about the health of South Africa's justice system. Because if this can happen here on camera, then imagine what happens to cases no one is watching. What happened to cases that no one is watching? If cases are not broadcast, what happens in there? Because what we are watching here is very scary. If this is going to be our justice system, a stamp in our justice system, this is not good for the future of South Africa's judicial services. It's not. It's not good. What we are dealing with here is very scary, guys. A trial cannot be fair when defense is surveillance. Meetings are monitored, phones are tapped, counsels smeared, and the judge receives private police briefings. I'm not saying Judge Ratta is, I'm just saying, if those cases happen, a trial is not fair when it's like that. It can't be. This is not an accident. This is not a mistake. This is not security. This is a sabotage of justice, and history will remember it. History will remember this, because there is no way, guys. There is no way that people expect South Africans to accept this as it is, because lento ayenzi sense. A fair trial becomes impossible when when the state crosses those red lines. It becomes very much impossible. I don't know why. I don't know why is these people, the judiciary, even the OJ or OCJ, are not doing anything about this, because complaints, I'm sure their desk is full of them. I'm sure their desk is full of complaints. Because what is happening there is a state interference, condemnation of the trial, sabotage of justice in real time. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to this? Let's talk in the comment section. Thank you so much. I will see you on our next video. Bye-bye.